Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about how to get rid of your ants. No, this is not a gardening video. I'm not going to talk to you about those cute little insects. ANTS is an acronym that stands for Automatic Negative Thoughts. What are they? We all know that human beings tend to be stuck in the past or worrying about the future and just being really focusing inside in their own heads. This unfortunately brings us to remember or focus a little bit more on the negative of any situation. So how do we get rid of these ants, automatic negative thoughts? The first step and the key to everything, in my opinion, is awareness. So we need to learn how to recognize them. How recognize the pattern and the negative thoughts when they emerge into our minds. Unfortunately, we can't believe everything that our minds are trying to tell us. For example, when we start to recognize that we are thinking in black and white, so everything is either this or the opposite, nothing in between. When we tend to personalize something, it's all about us. For example, a person who didn't say hi to us, and we think, oh, this person is upset with us, we've done something wrong to them. Or we are filtering, only seeing through a negative lens. Or we are catastrophizing, I like this word. It means that the only outcome that we can think of is the worst possible scenario. So once we have learned how to recognize these negative thoughts and to be aware of them, we need to start challenging them. For example, imagine that there's a friend of yours thinking all these negative thoughts. What would you say to this friend? I would encourage you to challenge this and, for example, to ask yourself, how do you know that the only possible outcome of this situation is the worst possible one? How do you know that? Has this ever happened to you before? Is this the only way? Of all the thousands of scenarios that you can imagine, why are you choosing this one? You don't know what's going to happen in the future. Another thing that you can do is you can stop being attached to these thoughts. So you can acknowledge them, recognize them, acknowledge them, and let them go. A metaphor that I like to use is considering these negative thoughts as clouds. So you see a cloud in the sky, you acknowledge it, and you let it go, because the cloud passes and you can't grip onto it, you can't latch onto it. And this is the same principle that you need to adopt with negative thoughts. You are aware of them, you acknowledge them, but you let them go. Don't get attached to them. So another thing that we can do is to prevent these negative thoughts by practicing mindfulness and being present in the moment. That's the only way for us to stop living in the past or in the future. A very easy way to do this is to use our senses, because our senses are what makes us feel alive in the moment. For example, if you're noticing that you start going in the past or thinking about some negative thoughts or worrying about the future, be aware of that and then come back in the present, focusing on one of your senses. For example, visualizing an object, looking at an object and just focusing on that object, the contour, the colors, anything, any details that you can think of that will bring you back in the present moment, or something that you're doing with your hands, even if you're washing the dishes, anything, or something that you are hearing, a music, a noise, or something. That's a very good way to come back into the present and to practice mindfulness. So another thing that we can do is to practice gratitude. It's been proven, and I will talk a little bit more about this in my next video about positive psychology. It's been proven that practicing gratitude kinds of train the mind to think positive instead of negative. For example, at the end of each day for a week, write down 3 things that happened today during the day that you are grateful for. It could be even something small, like, you know, you had a good meal with a friend or something. At the end of the week, obviously this experiment was done for a longer time, it was proven that you start noticing the positive things that happen to you throughout the day, not the negatives. And one of the other things that you can do is focusing on your strengths. So really think about what your strengths are instead of thinking all the negative and being hypercritical about yourself. And last but not least, if you want to be investing in your well-being and really be the best that you can be, obviously the best investment that you can do is in yourself. So contact a life coach. I'm available for a free consultation. That's the best thing you can do to live at your best, at your top. So don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and watch my next video about positive psychology. And thank you everyone, and I'll see you next time.